Welcome back to Askewed Reviews, and today we are doing another viewer request, and it is for the 1991 film, If Looks Could Kill. Here is your trivia question for today. What product does Michael attempt to use when getting intimate with Areola Canasta? So our story starts off at a high school graduation, where we meet our main character, Michael Corbin. Michael is very excited to be graduating, that is, at least until he realizes that he is not graduating as he has failed his French class. Michael's parents reluctantly agree to let him go and do summer school for French, which means that he is actually going to join the rest of his class in France. Now, at the same time, somewhere in Europe, we meet our main villain, Augustus Steranko, along with a few of his henchmen. We also meet one of the world's best spies, named Blade, who is here to stop Steranko. Unfortunately, he is taken out pretty quickly. So, with Blade gone, the US and British governments must bring in another spy to take over. This spy's name is Michael Corbin, and I think we all see where this is going. So, while our Michael and his classmates and their French teacher are all preparing to fly off to France, the agent, Michael Corbin, is taken out. So then, of course, Michael is confused for the super spy and is taken away, while the rest of his French class is left wondering where he's gone to. Thinking that this Michael is a super spy, they begin to give him everything that he'll need, including X ray glasses, chewing gum that's actually an explosive, shoes that can adhere to anything, and of course, a whole new wardrobe. Now, all of this is very cool and exciting, but Michael is still ready to spill the beans, at least until they show him his new car. Then he's all in. So Michael takes on the life of being a spy, and even somehow manages to fumble his way in and out of trouble. He, of course, does enjoy the perks from time to time, and all the while, his French class is none the wiser as to what's going on. Now, for the majority of the time, Michael is being followed by a beautiful young woman named Mariska, who, once she finally reveals herself, explains that Steranko has killed her father and needs Michael's help. So, can Michael and Mariska, who both don't have much experience, manage to break into Steranko's base, stop Steranko, and possibly even save Michael's French class? This movie was directed by William Deere, who also managed to slip in a quick cameo as the bomb tester. The original title for the film was Teen Agent. This was Richard Grieco's feature film debut, but what's interesting is the story was originally written with Anthony Michael Hall in mind. The character of Mariska is played by Gabrielle Anwar, but the role almost went to Bridget Bako. Tom Rack plays the henchman called Zigsfeld, but originally this character was going to be called the Abolisher. Carol Davis plays the character of Areola Canasta, which, if you weren't aware, is supposed to be a James Bond joke, as almost all of the women in that series have ridiculous names. Almost all of Steranko's goons were actually played by members of the Montreal Police SWAT unit. The Steranko Scorpion emblem was actually designed by a Montreal tattoo artist. All of Steranko's gold coins were actually chocolate coins just wrapped in gold foil. The movie primarily takes place in France, but was actually filmed in Quebec, Canada. So when it comes to the film, If Looks Could Kill, this is definitely a fun little spy comedy, but it also doesn't have the best story. So I think I'm going to give this one a 3 out of 5. Now, if you did enjoy this film, other movies I would recommend checking out are Hudson Hawk, The Tuxedo, Agent Cody Banks, and Johnny English. And now it's time for the trivia question from the beginning of this episode. What product does Michael attempt to use when getting intimate with Areola Canasta? Well, he reaches out for some combat condoms, which apparently are very difficult to get into. I hope you enjoyed this episode of Askewed Reviews, and if there's a movie you'd like to see get a review, just mention it in the comments.